So my name's Cameron. I'm the host, and this is Ryder, my co-host, and that's Hazel, her co-host of Club Helsinki Open Mic, which is a great live open mic that's gone on for years, and we've had hundreds, if not thousands, of great performances over the years. And then the COVID thing happened, and we jumped into the virtual land. And I'm virtually outside of Hudson, above Hudson, way above Hudson, just up past the stratosphere, hanging. Ryder's in an undisclosed location over there somewhere. And yeah. So anyway, I just want to say thanks to everyone who's been watching. We got thousands of people watching, and by the end of the week. And if you're watching now, this is the real deal. This is the live action with warts and all, as I was reminded. Sometimes we have, sometimes stuff happens, and so you're watching live, folks, here on Club Helsinki Open Mic Virtual Affair. So Ryder's going to introduce our, did I forget anything? I don't have to say anything about being in tune. Yeah, here we go. We got a lot of submissions, a lot of great artists, new artists, old friends, all sorts of stuff. So Ryder, you're going to introduce, and we're going to introduce a couple at a time sometimes. We got so many submissions, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the first one is Christina Kokonis Vigors. She is one of our celebrated, most wonderful singers from Hudson, New York. And we're going to be interviewing her in the weeks to come. So please tune back in for that. But for now, let's just enjoy her movie.
And who else? Who's the second?
Oh, right. So we're doubling up. The second one will be by Marty Siegel.
Marty Siegel, singer-songwriter character. I remember. All right. Take it away.
Baby, can't you see I'm calling? A guy like you should wear a warning. It's dangerous. I'm falling. There's no escape. I can't wait. I need a hit. Baby, give me it. It's dangerous. I'm loving it. Too high, can't come down. Losing my head, spinning round and round. Do you feel me now? The taste of your lips, I'm on a ride. You're toxic, I'm slipping under the taste of the poison paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? It's getting late to give it up. I took a sip from my devil's cup. Slowly, it's taking over me. Too high, can't come down. Losing my head, spinning round and round. Can you feel me now? The taste of your lips, I'm on a ride. toxic. And I know what you do, don't you know that you're toxic? The taste of your lips, I'm on a ride. No toxic, I'm slipping under the taste of the poison paradise. I'm addicted here. Don't you know that you're toxic? Intoxicating now. With your love now, I think I'm ready now. Intoxicating now. With your love now, I think I'm ready now. Don't you know that you're toxic?
Alone in the house with you. These times are strange and it's very plain what we have to do. And it's fine with me if I have to be alone in the house with you. We'll have lots of fun getting our stuff done. And when our chores are through, we'll spend our nights by the TV light, alone in the house with you. Then one day in the month of May, or perhaps June or July, we'll leave our rooms and then very soon we'll be dancing beneath the clear blue sky. But until that day, we'll have to wait to begin our life anew. But I must restate that I think it's great being alone in the house with you. Then one day in the month of May, or perhaps June or July, we'll leave our rooms and then very soon we'll be dancing beneath the clear blue sky. But until that day, we'll have to wait to begin our lives anew. But I must restate that I think it's great being alone in the house with you. And I must confess that I think it's the best to be alone in the house, alone in the house, to be alone in the house with you.
All right. Very nice. So the next couple of artists coming up are coming from Southern California. The first one, my friend Gary Mazzola, old friend, great musician, singer-songwriter from Southern California, resides up in the high valley, dusty mountain town of Tehachapi, California. And he submitted a song called Falling for a Christian Girl. And that's not something I saw coming, but it's a song, you know. And Gary, that's, anyway, it's a very nice song. And then we also got James Lee Stanley, who's a great performer, very well known in west of the Mississippi, certainly. Played LA a lot, had some bands with Peter Tork and Battendorf, a few other people. big performing names out there. Anyway, James is a singer-songwriter, has been for a long time. Wonderful, wonderful. So first we have Gary Mazzola, and then we got James Lee Stanley coming at you.
She was a Christian girl. She really took the breath right out of me. Showed up in my life unexpectedly. She was a Christian girl. I hear a whisper in my ear, even as the train is passing by, moving ever north, wish I could fly. She was a Christian girl. She will rise, angels fly. I hear her voice speak right into this heart of mine. Our paths went differently. She believes in something I can't see. I believe in love so endlessly. She is a Christian girl. She will rise, angels fly. I hear her voice sing right to this heart of mine. She is a Christian girl. We only had the days that passed us by, all of the youth that made us high. She was a Christian girl. She was a Christian girl. She was a Christian girl. Many's the time I've been mistaken, and many times confused. Yes, I've often felt forsaken, and certainly misused. But I'm all right, just weary to my bones. Still, you can't expect to be bright and bon vivant with a con man on the throne. There's a con man on the throne. I don't know a soul who's not been battered. Don't have a friend who feels at ease. Don't know a dream that's not been shattered or driven to its knees. But I'm all right. We've lived so well, so long. Still, when I think of this road we're traveling on, I wonder what's gone wrong. Yes, I wonder what's gone wrong. And I dreamed I was dying. I dreamed that my soul rose unexpectedly, and looking back down at me, smiled reassuringly. And I dreamed I was flying, and high up above my eyes could clearly see the Statue of Liberty sailing away to sea. And I found I was crying. We come on the ship they call the Mayflower. Come on the ship that sailed the moon. We come in the age's most uncertain hour and sing this American tune. But I'm all right. No one's forever blessed, and tomorrow's gonna be another working day. We can only do our best. Have we really done our best?
Very nice.
Yes.
Gary Mazzola and James Lee Stanley coming from Southern California.
Feels like Southern California here
Yeah, it
in
really does.
Hudson Valley. It's really warm, which I don't mind, but my little friend here has a coat that doesn't come off. So she's hot. But we're happy to be here at the open mic, and we do have some chats coming in. You can send us a message on Facebook or on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we have heard from many people. Gil, hi Gil, good to hear from you.
Gil, the large Israeli blues man.
Yes, Alana. We're going to be hearing from her soon on the show. Christina, thanks for listening. And she says she has an original song that she's going to perform for us once we're back open in the non-virtual club. So that's something to look forward to. Martin Siegel, hi. And Jane Schaefer, Reality TV, which I believe.
Hello, Cassidy A. Mays.
Cassidy, yes.
Yeah.
And that's it. Thanks for sending your chats, please. We would love to hear from more people tonight. We miss you in the flesh.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. So, Reality TV, that's my old pal Cassidy A. Mays. And we have a little something from Cassidy coming up next. But I would urge everyone, so Cassidy is an old creative associate of mine, creative cohort, co-conspirator kind of. We've been working together on a variety of interesting and creative projects over the years. And Cassidy has finished up her literary book, which is amazing. It's called The Magic of Difficulty. It's going to be coming out shortly, and I'm going to give a little pitch for her website, which is CassidyAMays.com. You can go on there and pre-order her book. They're beautiful. It's young people's fiction, wondrous fiction, science fiction, great stuff. And so coming up next, without any further ado, is a little something from Cassidy A. Mays on that subject.
Inspired to share it with the world. It gives me a lot of courage. It looks back from the future, and it shares how human beings evolved to become a peaceful future flying people. So it's called The Magic of Difficulty, and there's 3 books in The Magic of Difficulty. The first book is called The Legend of G.E. Fox Begins, and it's the very beginning of the story of the first flying human. It helps us as readers to understand how to find the magic of difficulty in our own lives and support the vision of creating reality and creating the world that we want to live in, but who also just want to read a story about the first flying human and how she journeys from trauma to enlightenment.
All right. Thank you, Cassidy.
Yeah, thanks, Cassidy. That looks amazing. So next up we're going to do 2 videos in a row. And the first one is by a duo called Top Note Nachos. They call themselves a goof punk duo. They're from Queens and Kingston, New York.
You know, a goofy Mexican joke about that. What do you say to a Mexican cheese thief?
I don't know. What do you say?
Nacho cheese. All right, never
Okay.
mind. I'm sorry. I just
He couldn't help it. Thank you, Cameron. It's just like the old days at the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is called Top Nachos, which is why Cameron just had to go there.
Thank you.
They make silly songs that get you off your feet.
Yeah.
Now, after that, we have Joe Rotowski with a little polka time.
Excellent.
We've been hearing him the last couple of weeks on the clarinet, but this week is going to be a little different.
Yeah. I just before we jump in, I got to say, Joe really tears up the polka on this particular submission.
Yes.
And that's saying something.
Yep.
It's polka time. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's get out of here. No more whiskey, no more beer. Let's get out of here.
When she dreams she's dancing round and round the tree she spins. Spinning circles as she dreams, she twirls and twirls. Round and round again. She has secrets she holds close.
All right, Ryder. Wow, I got to say, you guys are rocking the virtual fairy wonderland over there in the barn. Beautiful,
Yeah.
man.
It's
So
all
cool.
about the barn.
I
these
get
days.
that.
I do look forward to doing the trapeze again in Club Helsinki because that was my favorite place to perform. But the barn is saving me from the depths of despair.
Well, that's good, and the audio and video reflects very well on that. Very sweet.
Yeah, thanks. So the song is actually by Dennis Herbert, and there's an album called Hazel's Eyes. The whole album is about Hazel, and it's dedicated to Hazel, who's right here. So if you liked that song, please look it up. It's out there in the virtual worlds. You can get it. You can just stream it or download it. Hazel's Eyes by Dennis Herbert.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. All right. So coming up next, long distance Club Helsinki virtual open mic hero David Grossman coming to us as usual from his couch in the greater LA area. And I just can't say enough. I'm so glad David's sending stuff in on a regular basis. And he's prolific, folks. Check him out there on YouTube and stuff. He's just got a huge amount of wonderful material. And then after David Grossman, we have a submission, which is a little unusual. The word intersectionality. It's all the rage these days about the, intersections of different things like racial justice and social justice and this and that, intersectionality, where things meet. And this is the intersectionality of science and music. And, there's some interesting territory out there in that intersectionality universe. Get into where music and science intersect. It's a trip anyway. So David Grossman coming to you from his couch, and a little something else coming to you. I'm thinking maybe it's Southern California.
Guts to not turn away. You open me up, open me, open me up, open me, open me up, open me up. I've had my knees crash down on my heart. circumstances promise. They're an uncanny resemblance to the bars yesterday brought. Open me up, open me up, open me up, open me up, open me up. I'm just a child in your world. I gotta know for sure that you'll open me up, open me up, open me up, open me up. When I watch
All right. Wow. So
That's cool.
for those of you who are interested, the Tesla coil thing, that was unamplified, unmiked. Well, it's recorded, obviously, with a microphone, but it's not amplified. That's the acoustic sound of the electricity hitting the steel plates. And David Grossman is rocking us from LA. Thank you, David, and whoever put together that Tesla coil thing. What a trip.
Yeah, thank you.
Indeed.
So next up we have Alana Meredith, and guess what? Little Petunia is still with us. This is the best kitten ever.
Really?
And she's already been sitting with us for 45 minutes, and she's got a brother and a sister off the street looking for a home. So if anybody's looking for a little kitten and you're in the Hudson Valley, please send us the message. There's another gray one like her, a guy named Homer, and then there's a lighter gray one with striped feet called Miss Moon.
See,
Yeah,
little Petunia. And anyone wants to chime in on the chat box and adopt the other little kitties, they'll be able to stay for many years if they actually got a cat from Catskill, which is sort of unique, in all of America.
Yeah, not everybody gets a cat from Catskill. So we have been getting some great chats from people. Deb McDowell from the Club Helsinki. Hi, Deb.
That's my partner, Deb. She's the one who dreamed up the whole Club Helsinki.
Yeah, thanks for listening, Deb. And Judy Doyle, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Jane Schaefer again.
Hi,
Lightning Rick, that's Rick Warren. He says, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
We're definitely not. We're in New York State. Boy, howdy, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tim McDowell, he loves how creative people are. Good to hear from you. Zan Buchan, I love the Tulsa coils. That was amazing. So thanks everybody for sending your chats. You can chat with us on Facebook or on YouTube. And we'd love to hear from you. Up next, we have Alana Meredith. She has a song that she's going to do with Joe Rotowski, who you heard doing the polka song earlier. And it happens to be Julia by the Beatles.
Yeah. By the way, I neglected to mention that somebody should chain up that Joe Rotowski for being such an amazing accordion player on that.
Yeah.
On that thing. Chain that.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. And so after we hear Alana's song, we're going to do a little video with her. She's been a regular at the live open mic, and also she's been sending in her videos to the virtual open mic. So we just wanted to know a little bit more about her and what she's been doing as we've all been in this socially distanced reality.
Wonderful.
Half of what I say is meaningless, but I say it just to reach you. Julia, ocean child calls me, so I sing a song of love. Julia, seashell eyes, windy smile calls me, so I sing a song of love. Julia, her hair a floating sky is shimmering, glimmering. Oh, it's on. Julia, morning moon, touch me, so I sing a song of love. Julia, when I cannot sing my heart my mind. Julie, Julia, sleeping sand, silent cloud, touch me, so I sing a song of love for Julia, 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 Julia.
Hello, Lana Meredith. How are you?
Hello.
So it's so good to be talking, and we've been watching so many of your videos that you've sent in to the virtual open mic, and I know everybody always enjoys it when you come to the live Helsinki open mic. I thought we could start by having you tell us about coming to the live open mic, because we're all looking forward to that day of it coming back. And so when did you first come to the open mic in Helsinki?
I want to say, I could be wrong, it was either 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. And Joseph Rakowski, my accompanist, he lives up in Prairieville, New York, and he kept talking about Helsinki for about a year. And he kept saying I had to go up there. It was the best thing ever. And maybe we could do an open mic. And at first I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he showed me some videos and I was like, whoa, I have to go up there. This seems incredible.
Great. Okay. And so usually at the open mic, you've done a lot of sort of cabaret, theatrical pieces, which is always refreshing, because we don't always get so much of that at the club. So tell us a little bit about your background and what you do musically.
So my background's all in musical theater. And when I was a kid, I was obsessed with musicals. I did all the high school musicals, and then I went to NYU, to School of the Arts for musical theater. I was in it was a program called CAP 21. It no longer exists, but it was the musical theater program there. And then I was an actress for a while. I performed around the country. And then I went and got my degree in teaching, in drama teaching specifically. And for a while I wasn't singing anymore, and I started to miss it so much. And then I met Joe, and we did a faculty concert, and he said, we should do more of this. So we started to go to nursing homes, and then he started to tell me about places like Helsinki and such. So I'm really glad I found it, because now for the past 2 years, I've found my love again of singing musical theater and cabaret, and kind of getting into jazz a little bit, just because that's kind of what the open mics, that's a little bit more the style over there. So it's definitely expanding my musical repertoire.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. So what happened to the program at NYU?
I actually don't know. As I said, it was called CAP 21, and I believe it's separated from NYU for a while, and I don't know if that still exists or if that completely ended, but I believe there's now another musical theater program there. Well, while I was there, it was absolutely incredible, and some of the students I graduated with, they've been in Broadway shows or they've been in movies and such, so it was a really great place to study.
Oh, and so is it, do you and Joe actually teach in the same program?
We do. We're in the same performing arts program at our school. We're at Great Neck North High School on Long Island, in Great Neck, Long Island, and he's the band orchestra teacher, and I'm the drama teacher, and I also direct the musical every year and the drama every year. Okay. So we do collaborate once a year on the musical. He's the conductor, and I direct.
Do you have a favorite musical?
Yes, and I probably shouldn't, my personal favorite musical or favorite musical that I directed?
Both.
Both, okay. So my favorite musical is called Pippin, and that starred Ben Vereen back in the 1970s. Bob Fosse choreographed it, and when I was a kid, before I went to preschool, I would watch the video of it 2 to 3 times a day. And I would dress up in the costumes and I would do all the dances. And it's a really mature show, so it was very odd that my mom let me watch it. And I think that I totally understood it. And to this day, even if I rewatch it, I'm like, yeah, I totally understood the plot, even when I was 2 years old. And then my favorite musical to direct, which kind of got me into a little bit of trouble, is called The Threepenny Opera by,
my favorite too.
is it really?
Oh, and
It seems like that would be your show. I would cast you in that show in a second.
yeah, totally. Is it Kurt Weill?
It's Kurt Weill, and I think Kurt Weill music is probably my favorite composer
Yeah.
all around, even though he's not necessarily musical theater style.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has a bit of that the 20s cabaret, very German vibe. Well, he was German. So the show was probably not the most appropriate thing to do at our school. We didn't realize it at the time. We wanted to be super artistic. And I think the students handled themselves really, really well. Despite them going, wait, this is a little mature for us. I'm really proud of it.
Well, when you do a musical, do you do like a very literal interpretation, or do you kind of adapt the musical, based on what age, just the context and the times that we're in, and what do you do?
That's a great question. So for Threepenny, we ended up setting it in a prison. That was actually the set designer's idea. So it was prisoners acting out the show of the Threepenny Opera. So that was pretty concept heavy. I did Love's Labour's Lost Shakespeare play, and we set it in modern times because I thought it was very fitting, and all the characters were on their cell phones and text messaging each other. Then other shows, I just kind of do a traditional version. We did Anything Goes a couple of months ago, and that I just kept it in the 1930s and just made it as traditional as possible. It always depends on what we're working on.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting you bring up the Threepenny Opera and the 1920s and 30s, because sometimes I feel like we're in one of those times, haven't had a pandemic like this in so long, and
I know.
And we haven't, in this country, some of us are very spoiled, and we haven't had to deal with this kind of, intensity. So that really affects everybody's lives, not just, just everybody's lives. So what are you doing during the pandemic? Do you have any favorite songs that you're singing, or what do you do to kind of keep your musical and performance spirits alive? What are you looking forward to?
So right now, yeah, I'm listening to a lot of new music. I'm probably going to say this person's name wrong, and then I'll regret it now, but I just discovered an artist named Tamino, I want to say. He's a Belgian Egyptian singer-songwriter. I just discovered a song of his the other day, and now hopefully I'll sing it for Helsinki at some point. I'm trying to listen to all the pockets. I'm listening to the new Lady Gaga album. I think definitely in the past month or so, I kind of stopped listening to my old stuff and telling myself I have to discover new things, because sometimes I get stuck in a rut just listening to tunes I'm very used to. Mm-hmm. So in some ways, it's a nice amount of time to just kind of listen. I take very long walks. I'll take 3-hour-long walks and just start listening to new things.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you so much for talking to us. It's nice to hear what you're up to, and we look forward to seeing you again in the flesh at the open mic at Club Helsinki. But until then, keep doing what you're doing, and we look forward to seeing and hearing your next video.
Thank you so much, and thanks for always playing our videos. And yes, I certainly hope we can all be back in live Helsinki really soon.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, Alana.
Thank you.
Wonderful interview, Ryder.
Yeah, that was so much fun. Alana, thank you so much for talking to us. It's so nice to get to know people a little bit outside of the open mic, which we don't always get to do, especially for people like Alana, who does not live in the Hudson Valley. She actually lives in Long Island and makes her way up, all the way up to Hudson, to come to the open mic whenever she can. And we've known a lot of people over the years who have done that. They'll really take a journey to come to our open mic, and we're always so enhanced by everybody's presence and the sort of eclecticness that comes out of that.
Yeah.
And we do have our chats open. If you would like to send us a chat, you can do so on Facebook or YouTube. And we also have a new participant in the live television show.
Yeah, we got some cool new features on clubhelsinki.live.
Yes, and we've got Miss Moon here. The little Petunia went back home, and this little Miss Moon has taken Petunia's place, and she is up for adoption. She's off the streets in Catskill, New York.
Oh.
She's a little wiggly, but she's cute. Very
Yeah.
cute. Very cute.
So just going to mention a couple things. Another thing that we're featuring now. So for people who are watching for the first time, the way you submit, we need a YouTube link, and you go to our submission link, which is at clubhelsinki.live. And on that submission form, there's now a place to put pictures. There's also a place to check off to leave your contact info. So people who might see you on open mic and would like to get a hold of you can do so. So there's some pretty cool new features on clubhelsinki.live. And boy, talk about virtual reality. Okay, so coming up, we have a couple of songs here. And the first one, this man, I haven't seen him in over 45 years. But he and I shared a virtual reality. Boy, howdy, that was 1970, which of course was a virtual reality in of itself.
Oh, that other kind of virtual reality.
Yeah, this was a different kind of place. And it was up in Lenox. It was a different kind of high school. And he and I shared that together. And his name is Ronald Carlson. And Ronald's going to do a song for us tonight. The banjo gets a bad rap out there, especially in open mic land. There are a lot of banjo jokes.
I love banjo.
Yeah, I love banjos. But if you play the banjo, you need to be hip to the fact, like for instance, of course, the great joke where the guy pulls up to a gig and he's got his friend with him, and his friend's got a banjo, and his friend says, well, what should I do with the banjo? They're going to go into the club and get set up, and he's like, what do I do with my banjo? And he goes, oh, don't worry about it. Just, we'll lock it in the car, put it in the back seat. It'll be cool. So the guy says, really, you think so? The guy goes, yeah. So they go in and they lock the car up. They go into the gig, and then they come out at 2 a.m. after the gig is over, and they see that the back windows have been busted out of the car, and the guy goes, oh, no, my God, see, I told you. And they run up, and there's 6 more banjos in the back seat. That's musician humor. Anyway, the reason I mention all that is Ronald's going to play some banjo, and it touches on that subject. And then who else do we? Oh, the great Brad Burke, bona fide Club Helsinki open mic hero. Brad Burke has submitted another one of his great original tunes. So coming at you, Ronald Carlson and Brad Burke.
Well, here's a tune called The Banjo Blues. It's a parody of Cocaine Blues, which I learned from Dave Van Ronk. Apologies to him and to Reverend Gary Davis. Banjo Blues. Take 2. Every time me and my banjo go downtown, police come knock me down. Playing the banjo, ruining the tunes. Yeah, baby, stand back quick. There's 5 strings and a goat skin on this stick. The banjo, ruining good tunes. You ought to come to a music lover dressed in red. He's wearing earplugs. Says he's gonna kill me dead for playing this banjo and ruining good tunes. Went in my closet, took out my case. Note inside says, it's a disgrace the way you play this banjo stick. There's 5 strings and a goat string attached to this stick. Banjo, ruining good tunes. Went to the music store, buy some strings. Man behind the counter said, "Man, why you playing that thing? Playing the banjo and ruining good tunes." Sally Gooden, I'll pick old Blue. Don't sound much difference picking like we do. These banjos playing these tunes, playing the banjo, we're ruining good tunes. Yeah, baby, stand back quick. 5 strings and a goat skin on this stick. Playing the banjo, ruining the tunes. Sorry.
What's up, everybody? I'm Brad Burke. Welcome to my house. I'm going to play another one of my songs. Here we go. No one knows how much time we really have. Enjoy these moments, 'cause they could be your last. Oh, twisting and turning through life in this world. People say it's easy, I think they're fucking crazy, yeah. Crazy, yeah. Life's a gift, not to be taken, not to be broken, not to be at all. Not at all, not at all, no. Seen the devil in his eye. Seen the devil in his eye. Seen the devil in his eye, and he tried to take mine. Seen the devil in his eye, and he tried to take mine. If I ever see that devil again, gonna cut him down with the edge of my hand. If I ever see that devil again, gonna cut him down with the edge of my hand, yeah. You know I will, till his blood runs dry, yeah. Blood run, blood run, blood run, blood run dry, yeah. Smoke your weed, man, and drink your fine wine. 'Cause no one knows when it's your time. No one knows when it's your time. World keeps spinning round our star, keeping us alive, keeping us strong, keeping us warm, keeping us strong enough to fight another day, yeah. Fight another day, yeah. No one knows how much time we really have. Enjoy these moments, ever see that devil again, gonna cut him down with the edge of my hand. If I ever see that devil again, gonna cut him down with the edge of my hand. Yeah, you know I will, till his blood runs dry. Blood runs dry, yeah. Smoke your weed, man, and drink your fine wine. So no one knows when it's your time. No one knows when it's your time. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Ronald Carlson and Brad Burke.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Oh, we have a few more chats coming in.
Oh.
We have heard, well, Alana really appreciated banjo
Yeah.
performance,
Yeah.
and we've heard again from Deborah McDowell, the originator of Club Helsinki. Thanks for listening.
Right.
Peter Sando has tuned in. We're going to hear his song later in the show. And thanks for everybody for sending your chats. You can send them to Facebook and to YouTube. We love to hear from you. It makes the whole virtual experience a little less lonely.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway,
It's good.
back
It's good.
to my good attitude.
Yeah.
Good attitude. So on the good attitude note, the next performers, well, we're going to do two videos. The Baron Slinky von Mostino Wiz. His name gets longer every time we hear from him. It's
one of those things, you know, that comes from living in a vital a community that's full of just musicians, you know, just characters of all kinds, including the Baron, certainly. But, you know, it's interesting seeing through the virtual open mic and everything, what a thriving community of folks we got around here, musicians and otherwise.
Yes, definitely. And
the
Helsinki
Baron,
is like such an epicenter of that. So
Yeah,
again, we really look forward to the club opening again someday in the foreseeable future. But until that happens, we're so thankful to have the open mic virtual. And so this is the Baron, etc. And the group, the Magic Stones, playing Shamalama. And then after that, we're going to have Rick and Marilyn, plus Mike Hudge. I don't know how to say his last name correctly, but it's beautiful name, last name starting with P. John B. Wooden and Peter Tenerowitz. And they are performing at the Valencia Community Theater, May 4th, 2019, one of Marilyn's original songs.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, our pal Rick Warren, our closer, Rick Warren, managed to get himself up on stage for both of these videos, if I'm not mistaken. Again, a sign of our vital and thriving musicians community around here. Everybody working together and cool.
Yes, yeah. Mike Pagnani, I believe, might be the correct pronunciation.
Okay. No. All right.
Shamalama, shamalama, lama, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Shamalama, shamalama, lama, ding dong, ding dong. To the monkey, to the monkey. Shamalama, shamalama, lama, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
monkey shine. To the monkey, funky monkey. To the Broadway, New York City. To the monkey, Hudson City. Yeah.
But it's really easy, okay? It's really an easy song. And these guys are gonna help you out too.
All right. Yeah. All right. That was a mighty offering there from those guys. How you doing, Ryder? You're looking a little warm over there.
It's warm. It's the South.
Yeah.
It's the South.
Yep.
We can, I'm traveling virtually.
Yes, you are. So coming up next is a guy named Paul Zarvis. Paul submitted a lot of different cool stuff. And he's got a cool keyboard setup, and I know just what he's doing. He's got two keyboards and they're MIDI together. So he's got like a nice piano and strings on the low keyboard and piano and a Hammond organ in the background to bring him in and out, MIDI. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Anyway, this is our friend Paul Zarvis coming from the greater Albany, New York area. And I think his partner Tanya is going to be joining us later in the show. So the latest from Paul Zarvis.
Hi, I'm Paul Zarvis. This is my lovely wife Tanya, and she is with Colette. And Colette seems like she wanted to befriend Hazel. We're going to do a song by Jesus Molina and Don Henley. It's a medley we put together. Hope you enjoy it.
Harry got up, all dressed in black, went down to the station, and he never came back. They found his clothing scattered somewhere down the track, and he won't be down on Wall Street no more. He had a home, the love of a girl, but men get lost sometimes as the years unfurl. One day he crossed some line and he was too much in this world, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore. In a New York minute, ooh, in a New York minute, ooh, in a New York minute, ooh, in a New York minute. hear the sirens wail. Somebody going to emergency. Somebody's going to jail. If you find somebody to love in this world, you better hang on tooth and nail. The wolf is always at the door. And in these days, when darkness falls our day, and people rush home to the one they love, you better take a fool's advice and take care of your own. One day they're here, next day they're gone.
Thank you.
All right. How's everybody doing? Happy Father's Day. Orchard Creek. He knows. I don't know what song this is. What is it, 7 or 8? It's a song on this CD for sure. So, great Father's Day. We played golf. We did it all. It's all because of him. This guy. You. It's called So Hard. It's called Life This Way. Life This Way. Whatever. I thought I'd rename it. I was going to rename it.
One day it's Life This Way, one day it's So Hard.
Yeah. That's it. All right. What do you say? Let's give it a go?
Why not?
Living life, something you should not delay. y'all.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day and
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Oh, it might be a little early. It's
Oh, yeah,
freaking
yeah.
90 degrees out here.
I always forget it.
Yeah, you do forget it. Yeah, so. But we'll see you all next week and we'll do it again. Sorry to keep pointing at you like that. Peace.
Cheers.
Ochi Creek.
All right, so, wow. Obviously, for those of you who are following along, that wasn't Paul Jarvis. That was Frank and Ian Cartledge from the other side of the river.
Yes.
Paul Jarvis, this is the thrills and chills of live TV. And Paul Jarvis, and I'm sure he'll understand, something happened. And we'll be bringing it back next week. And then we'll also, not only that, but we're going to actually affect the future, which I love it when you can do that. We're going to edit it and we're going to put Paul where he belongs in the lineup. And that that'll be done.
Yeah. So if you were tuning in, really Paul Jarvis fan, you can go back tomorrow or the next day and look at the video, and his video will be in there, but sometimes some things happen that we just can't control.
That's right. All right, so coming up next, we got our pandemic journal, and this is great, and I will hand it off to my partner, Deb McDowell. She's going to introduce it. So it's been obviously history-making days, last few weeks, last month. I don't know, I'm sort of losing track here, but a lot of change going on out there. Good stuff, a lot of good stuff, and I'm very happy, proud and engaged with our community here. And here and there, and by that, in this context, I mean Columbia County and Greene County.
Yep, we've been doing a lot of, peaceful demonstrations and protests in solidarity with Black Lives Matter, and so that's been nice to see people also going out, but being safe, wearing their masks. We've been very lucky here, and everybody wants to keep it that way. Just
but it was an amazing
still
event.
Playing it safe.
It was an amazing coming together, and the subject matter of of this week's chapter of the Pandemic Journal.
So on Saturday was the Hudson Freedom March. It went from Hudson to Catskill. Catskill joined in, and everybody else. This fight for justice goes on, and it's not going to stop in the midst of a pandemic. Stay safe, everybody. Randall Martin and Brother Timothy were down there, so we've got some great footage for you. If you want to see the footage again, go to clubhelsinki.live. You can see the footage and you can share it. Stay strong, everybody. Stay safe. We love you. Take it away, Randall.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't
Black Lives Matter!
for a message to support Black people in America, and I'm happy to see everybody come together for that cause.
We're here because Black Lives Matters.
We're supporting the movement.
Enough is enough. Spread love.
We're here for the future
Of our children,
of our children,
nephews,
family,
uncles, cousins.
praying for a better day where there's justice for all across the board. So that's why I'm marching.
All right, thank you for that. So that footage and that edit there is available in its full full-length documentary video that Randall Martin, Martin AV Services put together. You can see that on the website, clubhelsinki.live. And there are some new things on that page, like I mentioned, including photo gallery. People have been shooting in photos themselves, and that's fun. And also contact information for all various different artists who check the yes box on the submission form. And yeah, please check out clubhelsinki.live webpage. So what do we got coming up, Ryder?
So next, we actually have Paul Zarvis, who we didn't hear from earlier, but now we will be hearing from him. He had 2 submissions. And it's Paul and Tanya Baptiste doing some spoken word. So yeah, let's roll it.
Yep.
Rooftop buzzing, touchdown birds sing on warming stone. Candle molds and dusty lampshades, inner city home. Whistle of a far-off train, silence slips away. Shuttered eyes hold captive pictures, words will never say. Quiet secrets, full confessions, left on pillow's ear. Fluffy confidential space, betrayal never feared. Fantasy imaginings form like soft new clay. Eastern sun shines through my window. Welcome, brand new day. Incense steep Moroccan rugs, cushioned bunyan feet. Teas or coffee set a mood before they hit the street. Mirrored places show new spaces, artwork on their own. Images reflected there blend to set a tone. Stretching, bending, slow with grace, body gets in gear. Rooftop humming, sun is climbing, focus becomes clear. Settees, stools, and plants by the window. Lyric sheets and music crescendo. Ancient books, anatomy charts, worlds of conversation start. Kitchen humming, rain is coming, smell it in the air. Peppers mixed with sticky garlic, triumphs soon to share. Set a table made with love, music sets a groove. Smiles and sighs and murmurings, a testament to food. Go out for a walkabout, adventure past the keys. Taking time to breathe the coming, wind stirs up the trees. Lightning strikes, sun still shining, raindrops drench my face, turning into where I left, my sanctuary space.
How you doing there, Ryder? You're how's the temperature over there? I know you don't have air conditioning. I don't either.
Yeah, I really don't like air conditioning. It's funny. It's like the opposite of the live Helsinki open mic, where I'm usually really, really cold.
Right.
You'll see me in the summer wearing like 5 sweaters.
I know.
So,
I've noticed that, Ryder.
This is like the opposite extreme, but not in a bad way. It's,
No, you like it.
you know, it's really cold in the winter, so I always appreciate it when it warms up.
All right,
And
so-
I even put on my tiara to
Yep.
celebrate the open mic. If anybody likes dressing up out there, or you have some funny photos of yourself, you can send in photos. We have a photo gallery that we post like funny
Yeah,
pandemic
we're gonna
photos in.
a rogues gallery of virtual open mic heroes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's see, we have
Yeah, so coming up next, we have two submissions. Singer-songwriter Peter Sando and poet Scott Myers.
The sun comes up, it's a brand new morning. There's revolution in the air. Sometimes pain is an early warning. And now it's more than we can bear. The rich get rich and the poor get poorer. There's greed and corruption all around. But the winds of change, they're blowing stronger. What goes up must come down. We have our chance. Is anybody listening? There may be no next time, my friend. Is this the end of the beginning? Or just the beginning of the end? Chemicals rise, the fires are burning. Live our lives under the gun. But Mother Earth, she just keeps on returning. In spite of the damage that we've done. Now some they scoff at the change in the weather. Left and right, the pendulum swings. But sometimes things get worse before they get better.
My name is Scott Myers. I'm wearing a jester's hat that my friend Stephanie helped make. At a time of justice, coming into a settling in the culture, nothing is more important than a sense of humor, and this is the very best jester's hat ever. I had a birthday recently in quarantine, so I wrote this poem, Birthday in Quarantine. A birthday while in quarantine. It feels a bit odd, a bit Byzantine. Are we okay alone? Can't someone toss us a bone? The founders craved sovereignty, freedom of and from religion, an ability to live without inhibition. The early ones did this well. Walt Whitman came out with a pal. It's good to be free, swing like a monkey from the family tree. It's good to sit still, an emblem of free will. Celebrate that you're breathing. That's a lot, and it's enough. Life is good. We don't have to be that tough. All right, I'm switching hats. This is a very nice hat made of tin. There's a mirror, so you can have a reflection of whoever's watching you. Let's see if I can get the reflection there. Yeah. And there's a nice little bird on top with some perky little eyes, and a mirror, stars, some ruby paintings around the edge, and some nail emblems, some little gold trim. It's a really fine hat. So this poem is about the inability to touch other people, which has been the requirement for the last 2 or 3 months and may still occur. We may never shake hands again. We may do fist bumps or something. And it's about love, and it's called agape love. Sadly, perhaps, we are alone, sovereign. It's what we craved when we left England, perhaps when we left Africa, involuntarily, or Kazakhstan, where Native Americans came from. We don't worship our president, as England was told to, when King Henry VIII took over the Church of England. Oh no. Introversion and extroversion in balance. We aren't social distancing, we're physically distancing. The virus is an RNA capsule. It wants us to host its mission. But our mission is the same. We want contact. Call it physical love. Nature is that way all the time. Languages, languages, languages. 6,500 in the world today. Why so many? Cultures, cultures, cultures. Too many to count. Why are there 925,000 species of insects? Why are there 320,000 species of plants? Most produce seeds. Why so many? How did Picasso make nearly 50,000 pieces of art? How did Van Gogh make over 2,000 pieces of art and only sold one? What is the nature of nature? We are physically distant now. We are each more sovereign than before. No church, no choir, no meetings in person. Vegetarians can't go to meetings anyway. Jung noticed that we are connected, a collective unconscious. Sovereignty is not a luxury, it is brutal. Hope and faith might be illusions. Pemba Chodra suggests that these harm insight. And there's physical love, which currently we're deprived of. No hugs, no kisses, no exchange of bodily fluids, no and no and no. We are left with agape love, said to be the highest form of love. It's not to be accused with self-love or even brotherly love, not eros, which is sexual. And here we are, alone, but connected.
All right. All right. Never know what to expect with open mic. It's a variety show, folks.
Definitely. And the more variety, the better. We really want to encourage people to submit your videos. Preferably, it really needs to be a YouTube video. So you gotta upload it to YouTube, and then you can go to the clubhelsinki.live link and submit it and give us a little information about yourself. doesn't have to be music. Yes, it can be poetry. Yes, it can be trapeze or circus performance or dance. We'd love to see some dance.
Spoken word, comedy.
Yeah, comedy, theatrical things, any sort of.
Vaudevillian adventures.
Yes, yeah, the more eclectic, the better, and we want to hear from as many women and people of all sort of diversities as possible. You only make our show better. So please consider sending a video. We would love to see and hear what you're doing.
Yep, and just let people know we need them by Monday by the crack of noon on the preceding, the Monday before open mic. We need them by noon our time.
We weren't able to show a couple of videos tonight who
Right.
were submitted late, but we're looking forward to them next week. Patricia Santos, an amazing cello player.
Yes, she is.
And we also have Accordion Rob.
Accordion
That's
Rob coming to us from his
exciting.
tropical paradise, man. Guy's living a life.
So those are two among more who.
We got a bunch. Yeah,
Yes, we already have videos for next week. So send in your submissions.
Yeah.
Don't wait till the last minute. Send it in because the show is starting to really fill up.
It is, and then they will go into contention and hopefully end up on the show. But yeah, please keep them coming to that way. And so we're going to close with our traditional, the man who closes the night for us. This is Lightning Rick Warren. This will be his third appearance for the night, if I'm not mistaken. And he will be closing us out tonight. So I'd like to say good night to everybody from high above Hudson, New York, and Ryder's waving, Hazel's there, and they're waving from the other side of the river there. And best to everybody from Club Helsinki, myself and my partners, Mark Schaffler and Deb McDowell. Our love to everybody. And look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.